Howdy, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the video, Sword Art Online, Alicization Lycoris. My name is Ventus, and in this video, I'm going to show you my current bow class. Let's call it Hazardous, because that's exactly what this build is designed to do. Hazard and break mini bosses so that they don't get a chance to hit you. This is an especially good build to run on tougher bosses, either solo or with friends. However, this build really does shine if you are with a group of people, as it is designed to give your melee DPS free reign to do their jobs. I wanted to show you me using this class first on the Night Robe links, because previously in a video I shared my opinion that this guy was one of the tougher mini bosses to fight solo, but that was before I knew what I was doing. Now this guy is pretty much a walk in the park, as well as anything short of a divine beast for this build. Alright, so to start off the build, I go with the persona of Fiery. It's an arts code that you get from maxing out your relationship with Lisbeth, and it boosts your critical rate. For my anima, I go with Cautious, an arts code you get from Bercoli, which makes it more difficult to be spotted by enemies. Now, I'm not sure if this actually does anything for your aggro meter, so feel free to change this around, and if you actually know for certainty if this does nothing for your aggro meter, let me know down in the comments. Now, on to the bow skills. I use Hail of Bullets, Correct Aim, Fixed Peer, and Strike Nova. For my combat skills, I go with Fire Spark, which is a scout ability that allows for solo chain burst. Next, Burning Blade, a berserker ability that increases your attack versus enemies in a broken and fatal state, as well as when they are downed. Next, Reaper's Wrath, a scout ability that boosts your critical rate as well as chain burst damage. And finally, Sword of the Goddesses, a buffer skill that increases attack and skill speed for you and your allies. Now, for my passives, I go with Killing Blow, which raises crit rate, Blade Dance, which gives you a follow-up attack that basically doubles your damage, Unfreezing Spirit, which is one of the key factors of this build. It significantly raises the hazard gauge of enemies on successful critical attacks. It's a passive learned from the debuffer tree, and it's only unlocked after you interact with the statue in the Sevilla Mountains to the east. And lastly, I go with Body of the Devourer, a berserker passive that increases your damage to downed and broken enemies. This is 100% one of the best classes to run in the game if you do not have anyone with you to play with, because I put this build to the test and fought one of the toughest mini bosses there is to fight, Soulstern the Demolisher in the Sorole Mountains. Now listen, this guy, I can't fight him by myself using any other build. Like, actually, even my best dual wield build, this guy destroys me. I put this build on, and I wanted to see if I could actually do it, and listen, it works. Alright, if this guy hits you once, it's pretty much a wrap. So I tested this build out to see if I could keep him hazarded and broken long enough to kill him, and I did it like on my first try. Like, I don't want to say that I didn't know what I was doing, but I came in there, like, I went into this fight with, like, I didn't know what was going to happen. Like, I put the build on, and I was like, yeah, this build actually fucking, it destroys, but I don't know if it's going to do something against this guy, because that guy actually scares me. But I went up, and I put it up against him, and just, it worked. So, if I did it first try without really knowing what was going to happen, I'm pretty sure you can put this build on and do some actual work with it. Now, the bow is a special weapon in this game, and in my opinion, it is one of the top 5 best weapons to use. I can't really say what is the best weapon, but it's one of those, it's one of the best. It scales off your character's dexterity and agility. So, if you want this weapon to work for you really well, use items or equipment that raises those 2 stats. Now, I have the Heaven Striker bow, and I have that on +5. It's a reward from one of the raids. I use the Ring of Tranquility as well as Lilac Greaves. Both raise my agility. Alright, and there you have it. That's the build. I gotta say a huge shout out and thank you to Majin Did That and Shattered Ways for assisting me with this build and helping me to get my equipment so that I can make this video for you. If you see their comments down in the comments section below, be sure to reply and tell them that they are the GOAT. If this video was able to help you in any way, shape, or form, you can thank me by hitting that thumbs up button. And if you have any questions or maybe suggestions for the build, please feel free to leave that down in the comments as well in a polite message. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your time and have a great rest of your day. Peace out.